So yeah, how hard is it to grow agave from seed? Is it something any like beginner can do?
Um, well, it's funny you mentioned that because I think it's pretty difficult for new agave farmers and even existing agave farmers that might be used to planting from hijuelo. It's very difficult for them to learn to propagate from seed. Many of them fail at propagating seed, and the ones that are successful have much less than 50% propagation rate in many cases. You know, you're talking 20, 30%. And that's just to start the seed. It's also very difficult to maintain that seed to a stage where it might get to a bulb like this that's 6 8 inches. So to get a seed to a bulb that's this stage, it might take sometimes 1.5 to 2 years, and you have to account for all the water that you're going to waste on that seed during that time to make sure that it's humid enough to get to this stage, and also the labor and all the hours to water that seed right to get to this stage. So in my experience, I like showing farmers also as well as how to propagate seeds, how to propagate bulbils, because bulbils are much more drought tolerant and easier for a farmer to begin their farms with. Basically, you can plant bulbils in a bunch of pots, and then within 5 6 months have a field ready crop. And these you only have to water sometimes once every week or 2 weeks, especially if they're in a shade house where they're not getting a lot of their water in the pots evaporated or in direct sun. And then it's the farmers have no difficulty planting the bulbs and making sure to water them once in a while. But it's very difficult to teach someone not only how to grow agave, but how to make sure to stay on top of that seed and making sure that it gets to this stage. That takes a lot of dedication, and sometimes farmers are 6 months, a year down the line, and go away for a weekend on vacation, and all their agave seedlings die. So the bulbs, that won't happen to you. You could go away for a week or two, come back, and they'll still be alive. They might need a little bit of water, extra water, but they're very, easy to care for, and they're a little bit hard to kill in that sense for farmers. So I feel they have a much easier time with bulbs versus the seed, but it's definitely doable for farmers to learn both. It just they have a much easier time with the bulbs.